Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be why we need the reminders. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So the reminders, these are things we need to be reminded about what happened in the past, about certain behaviors that we experienced, things that we tolerated, and things that we endured that we didn't know were on purpose to manipulate us and to keep us stuck and trapped in that narcissistic relationship. A few examples as I create the video and open it up. Triangulation. You didn't know what triangulation was. You had no idea. The last time you used a word with tri in it was probably tricycle when you were a kid riding a little tricycle with 3 wheels. Well, triangulation is a nasty, and I mean nasty, toxic behavior that the narcissist administers to whomever they want to have them essentially in competition with another person, even though that person may not even exist. Essentially, the narcissist is trying or was trying to get you to work harder in the relationship, to get you to do more for them. Example, they would say, well, so-and-so said that I look so pretty and beautiful, and you never give me a compliment. And you don't even know who so-and-so is. And you compliment the person who turned out to be a narcissist virtually every day. Well, what are they doing? They're devaluing you, saying that you're not doing enough. And they're saying that a third party, whether they may or may not even exist, is giving them compliments, and they are accepting them, and they're telling it back to you. That is 3 people in a web of manipulation. And remember, the person they were triangulating with, that person may never even existed. They may have just made it up. That's one example. Other reasons why we need the reminders are, what is gaslighting? Gaslighting is a very, very nasty experience to go through, and behavior that the narcissist uses so frequently. Example, when you went to a restaurant, or what you did when you took a vacation, or what color shirt you wore, or something like that. And the narcissist, again, you didn't know they were a narcissist. They would say, that didn't happen. We didn't go there. That wasn't right. And then they are devaluing you. They're invalidating you. And when they gaslight you and you are not believing in your own reality or what you know or knew to be the truth, and you're believing that they must know more than you, or they must have it right, you have it wrong, eventually you don't have a voice. Eventually you get so beaten down and you're questioning yourself. Did I say that? Did I do that? Was I right? Well, I don't know. And then you become so beaten down and subservient that you don't even say things. And you start listening to the narcissist, and they can sense that, and they begin to control more and more about you, about what you're doing, who you're with, what they want you to do, or what they don't want you to do. Example, let's say that the narcissist was a clean freak, meaning they wanted a very clean house. And let's say that you kept the house as clean as possible. You did everything. Well, maybe one day they will come home and say, when's the last time you cleaned? And you would say, well, I just got finished. The place is spick and span. It looks great. And they're like, no, you didn't clean today. What are you talking about? This is a mess. Well, what they're doing there is, yeah, they could be gaslighting you. They could be doing multiple things, but what they are doing is not giving you credit for being what? That's right, being the unpaid helper and doing things for them. You see, this is what the narcissist needs. They need enablers. They need people trapped in the narcissistic fog. They need people believing in the mask. They need people that are caught up in the fog and that will be subservient and will do whatever they need to appease or please the narcissist. And you need reminders of that. You need reminders of all the toxicity that you went through. That is why each and every day on the channel, in the comments section on the videos I create, if you read some of those, you'll see that people are coming back more and more. People who have been with me for upwards of 3+ years on the journey, and people who have healed and reached the pinnacle and the mountaintop of indifference. These people are coming back to pay it forward. These people are sharing their wisdom and their experiences with you, the people in the community. And they're letting you know that, yeah, they made it. They're where I am. And where I am, it's my hope that you are where I am, or you will be soon, which is standing at that mountaintop of indifference when you no longer care about the narcissist, and you have the reminders, and you know the toxicity, and you eventually have gone no contact and blocked these people. And perhaps you've had to relocate, or you've had to insulate yourself and start a new job or hobby or whatever you did. You definitely had to take stock of the relationships that you had, and it all started with the narcissist. But that's why people keep coming back to the channel, veterans, if you will, people who have healed 1, 2, 3, 4 years ago, because they once were where you are perhaps, and they all at one point did not know what narcissism was, just like myself. Again, we were diligent, we were determined, we were resilient, we were full of fortitude. We needed and had the craving for the questions, to get the answers to the questions that we had way back then, or maybe this is you right now, and that's why you're on the channel. Point being is, you didn't quit, you didn't stop, and eventually something clicked, and something you typed into a search engine or YouTube, something like spouse won't talk to me or something, and then lo and behold, my channel came up, and lo and behold, what did you do? You realized, oh my gosh, this is narcissism? I thought narcissism was just people looking at themselves and admiring how beautiful they look or how beautiful they think they look. Not even close. That's not even beginning to scratch the surface of what these people are. What these people are debilitating people who are envious and jealous, and who are shallow and hollow, who have no substance or core or anything to offer the planet of positive, any positivity to help the planet out. The narcissist is a taker. They want to take people's relationships, take people's time, their money, their fortitude, their mindset. They want to take their health. They want to take anything they can. And that's what the narcissist does. That's what they've been doing ever since time began. Remember, on the planet, there are good people and there are not good people. There is darkness and there is light. There is peace and abundance, and there is being trapped and manipulated and being lied to. There are different nuances of every human being on the planet. We are not all the exact same person. But I will share one thing with you. If you've come through the narcissistic abusive cycle and you've either healed or you are healing, or maybe this is the first video you're ever consuming, you know that something changed and something shifted in you. You're becoming, or you are, a different person than who you were when you first met the narcissist. And that's one of the things we all share. We all speak the same language. So again, if this is the first video you're consuming, stay with it, stay on the path, stay on the course, continue to get educated and empowered, and continue to become awakened and aware. And you will need to realize that not everybody thinks the way you think. Not everybody has your best interest at heart, and many people will flat out be a wolf in sheep's clothing and tell you whatever you want to hear to get whatever they want from you. And at the top of those lists are the narcissist. This is why you need reminders. You need to remember who you were before you met the narcissist. Was your life going swimmingly? Were you vulnerable? Did you just end a relationship, let's say a romantic relationship, or did your spouse or partner pass away, and then you were wanting to connect with another human being, and the narcissist knew this, and they learned all about you and played into your strengths and played on your weaknesses and got as close to you as possible? Maybe you went from friendship to moving in together to almost walking down the aisle, or maybe you did walk down the aisle, but you realize you're a totally different person than you were before you met the narcissist. When you were with the narcissist, you were being decimated every single day because you were subservient to them. You were doing what they wanted, when they wanted, and how they wanted you to do it. And you became a shell of yourself. You lost your identity to the narcissist. You became an extension of them. And what happened there? I'll tell you, one thing happened. The relationship broke. Either the narcissist discarded you or you ended it yourself. Either way, you are out of the relationship. At least that's my hope. And then now you're healing, or you've healed. And you need reminders of who you were before you met the narcissist, who you became when you were with them, and who you are about to be, or who you are working towards becoming. That is the healing path. Bear in mind, the narcissistic relationship is the relationship you need to heal from. It's not just like you can go right back out and start dating again or strike up a friendship easily. No, there's a reason you're in the community. There's a reason I'm creating these videos. And there's a reason wherever you are right now, maybe getting ready to go to bed, maybe getting in the morning, grabbing a coffee, maybe you're on your way to work, maybe you're on vacation, maybe you're celebrating some holidays, but you're watching this video and you're getting your cup full, and you're understanding that if where you are now is where you want to be, fantastic, that's great. Stay there, stay in the abundance, stay away from the toxicity, maintain no contact, don't accept a Hoover, continue on the path moving forward, and drown out all the toxicity from your life. If where you are is not where you want to be, it means there's work to be done. All of us, and I mean all of us in the community at one point, we were what was called, or is called, the new supply. Now, the new supply is a term that we used for the narcissist, because the new supply is what I call the next new shiny object, which is the next thing that catches their attention and the next opportunity that they can take advantage of. Yes, the narcissist looks at people as opportunities, and they want to take advantage of these people. They want to take whatever they can, all the goodness, all of their health, time, money, energy, effort, relationships, everything, hobbies, and they want to give them absolutely nothing in return. That's why these relationships are energetic swaps. They're energetic changes, shifts. All of your abundance and beautiful, bright, shining light goes into the narcissist. They steal it, they capture it, and they dump all their negativity into you. All their blame shifting, all their gaslighting, all their verbal abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, financial abuse, spiritual abuse, it all goes into you. And that's why what you need to do is you need to heal. You need to slow your life down, and you need reminders of the toxicity of the narcissist. Now, you don't want to stay thinking about that all the time, but there is a period of the healing path when you're ruminating, and you can't do anything other than ruminate. And this period of time is when you wish there was a magic pill or a magic wand that could be waved or consumed, that it would just get out of your mind. Well, it doesn't work that way. That's why the healing path is not linear. That's why the healing path takes time. That's why the healing path is a marathon. It's not a sprint. But in time, in your time, you will heal if you utilize the tools that are provided for you with the videos and on the community, or in the community and on the channel. This is going to test you. It will test you to your core. This is the one thing that you did not even know existed, yet you stayed in it, which is the narcissistic relationship, until something broke. And when it broke, your life was spun upside down because you weren't taught this in school. You didn't know what it was. You didn't even know what gaslighting meant. You had no idea. But now you're understanding, you're learning the terms in the glossary and the definitions in the glossary on the narcissistic abusive cycle. Example, you now know what projection is, what mirroring is, you know what ghosting is, you know what blame shifting is, triangulation, like I mentioned. You know all these terms, and you couple those terms in the education with your real life experience. And what does that equal? You should know this answer by now. That's right, it equals wisdom. And this is a wisdom. It's a newfound superpower that you've acquired. It is not something you signed up for. It is not something that you ever wanted. The last thing you wanted in your life was to enter a toxic relationship, one that would test you to your core and almost take you out for the count. But unfortunately, you were in it. And my hope is you're now out of it. That's why you're healing. That's why you're staying in that cocoon of boundaries as long as you need to, until you figure out everything about that relationship. Because the narcissist won't give you closure. They want to leave that door open just a crack so they could kick it wide open in the future. That's why you must maintain or go no contact and block these people, delete them, remove them, and all flying monkeys and people associated with them. That is part of the healing path. But you need reminders of that. Example, it's the holidays right here. We're right in the middle of the holiday season. So think about this. Maybe this period of time last year, a couple of years ago, maybe you were with the narcissist, who knows? But when you were experiencing those holidays with the narcissist, were they pleasant and enjoyable? Was it filled with tranquility and peace and calmness and abundance? Or was it filled with somebody raging at you in the kitchen, or saying that the potatoes were overcooked? Or how could you talk to that person? You're not supposed to be talking to anybody. Or maybe it was the narcissist with you on their smartphone sitting right next to you, triangulating you while they were laughing and looking at you and giving you the smirk. Or maybe it was you making plans for a certain holiday. You were all excited, you paid for it. All the narcissist had to do is show up and you're ready to go. Again, remember, this is when you didn't know about narcissism. And guess what? They cancel at the last minute, and your holiday has just been blown up again. You see, these are all experiences. These are all examples of what the narcissist does. The narcissist is only concerned about one person, themselves. But at the same time, it's not as if they go through life just living an abundant, peaceful, calm life. That's exactly the opposite of what they do. They want to destroy other people's lives, destroy other people's holidays and events and times and graduations and relationships along the way. Now, bear this in mind. If the narcissist, if you think for a minute that they don't know what they're doing, think about when your relationship ended. Did it end around a pivotal period of time, maybe a holiday or a birthday or a special occasion, like when you gave birth or when you relocated or when you lost your job or your health took a hit, or maybe it was around this time of year? Who knows? But the narcissist picks specific dates and periods of time that were important not only to certain humans on planet, but to you, to end these relationships. And that is on purpose. So if you think for a minute they don't know what they're doing, you need to really play this video a few times and understand they breathe the same air that we breathe. They put their clothes on the same way we put our clothes on. The only difference with these people and us is that they want to destroy people's lives, and they enjoy doing it. We want to build people up and be abundant and help people. And I shouldn't have said the only difference. There are billions of differences, but that's the main one. They want to destroy, we want to create. We want to grow, they want to crush. And that's what the narcissistic abusive cycle is in a nutshell. So why we need reminders? We need reminders of what we went through. We need reminders of when that relationship ended. Count all the people that knocked on your door and checked in on you and said, hey, are you okay? Do you need someone to talk to? Would you like to talk? Or I'd like to hear your side of what's going on. You probably didn't hear one thing. All your alleged quote unquote friends probably scattered. They disappeared. Many of them grabbed their popcorn and watched your life implode. Others were too afraid to say something, possibly because maybe they didn't want to be the next target from the narcissist. And even others would be sitting back and saying, oh my gosh, I wish I could help, but I just can't do this because I don't even know what this person's talking about. You see, that's why the narcissistic relationship, it is so isolating, it is debilitating, it is taxing, it is trying, it is challenging, but that's why you're here. That's why you've broken the generational curse. That's why you've gone no contact. That's why you're getting the reminders of the experiences that you went through. And let's go way back in time. What was the catalyst for you meeting the narcissist? Well, if you weren't born into a narcissistic family, the catalyst probably had something to do with your childhood. What it was, I can't tell you. But what I can tell you is along the healing path, what you will do, and you should do, and it's what I've done, is you're gonna have to heal childhood wounds, go way back in time and think about certain experiences. You're gonna have to meditate, you're gonna have to journal, you're gonna have to shed the emotions. Perhaps you experience the anger stage or the angry stage or cry. You're gonna have to watch videos, you're gonna have to write, perhaps see a therapist who has gone through the cycle, etc. But you're gonna have to put yourself back together, piece by piece, bit by bit, minute by minute, until that minute by minute turns into hour by hour. When that turns into day by day, and then week by week, and along the way you will have setbacks. Maybe that turns into month by month, and the next thing you know, you're knocking on the door of the pinnacle of indifference, because the rear view mirror, the narcissist has become really small in the rear view mirror of the direction you're going in. You're going up to the abundance, up to the high vibrational energy state. The narcissist is stuck in that low vibrational state, and they know it, and they wanted you stuck there as long as they could. That's why the narcissist won't give you closure. That's why the narcissist is a shapeshifter. That's why the narcissist just goes on so effortlessly from relationship to relationship, because they don't care about anybody. They didn't care about you. They don't care about the new supply. They don't care about anybody other than themselves. And they are like a ticking time bomb or a bull in a china shop. They just want to destroy people's lives. And you may be saying, well, Andrew, you're being a little rough. You know, I know the narcissist and they're not that bad. Well, I will tell you, living in the same four walls of a toxic person for any period of time, it will wear you down. It will break you down. It will suck the energy or the life right out of you. You can feel the tension. You can cut it with a butter knife. There are times when you're being gaslit. There are times when you're being ignored and experiencing the silent treatment for weeks on end. There are times when you will try to communicate with someone who turns out to be the narcissist, and they'll be looking at you like you're so weak. Why are you crying? Why are you trying to patch this up? It's all your fault. These things are death by 1,000 paper cuts, and they add up over time. I'm talking about all the toxic behaviors and all the techniques that the narcissist administers. So yes, if you think for a minute that the narcissist, I'm being rough on the narcissist, I'm not. I'm calling it out the way it is. If you've walked one day in my shoes, you know what I'm talking about. And if you did, you can speak or finish my sentences. You speak the same language I speak. It's a language we didn't sign up to learn, but yet here we are. That's why all the commonalities in the narcissistic person, they're all similar. Because they all play from the same playbook. So you may be in a country in Asia. I was in a country in Latin America. Now I'm in North America. Maybe you're in a country in the Middle East, who knows? But why do you think the behaviors of the narcissist are all the same? Well, we know now, because these are learned behaviors that worked for them when they were younger, through adolescence, through young childhood, all the way up until right now. But eventually, all the toxicity that the narcissist has dished out, it comes back to roost. It comes back to haunt them. It consumes the narcissist. That's what happens when the narcissist becomes what or whom? You got it, the aging narcissist. And that's not a pretty sight to see. These people are decrepit. These people still look in the mirror and think that they're 20 years old. These people are wearing clothes of a younger generation. These people get nastier over time, and they become more and more entitled, and they need more unpaid helpers. They need more walk-in apologies. They need people doing things for them, and they will guilt people into doing things for them. That's why you must remove these people from your life. And again, if going no contact is you're not able to do that, it's fine. Slowly remove yourself from these people. Slowly remove the access to them or their access to you. Become unavailable. Get off the radar. Let them figure it out for themselves. because the narcissist has no originality. What they want is they want the unpaid helper doing things for them. And they want somebody to be stuck in that fog and to be able to be blamed for something that they did or didn't do from years ago. This is why the narcissist can't change. It's why they can't introspect. It's why they don't ever improve. And that's what happens to the aging narcissist. Eventually, all that toxicity comes back and consumes them. And you need reminders of how you felt when you were in the relationship, how you felt when that relationship ended, and how you feel right now if you've healed. There's a big difference there. When you were in the relationship, you were doing whatever you could to put out the fires the narcissist was starting, but you didn't know about narcissism. When it ended, you saw the mask slip. You saw how little that person actually cared about you, but because you've seen that behavior that they had done, the same behavior they did to you, they did it to so many other people, but you thought that would never happen to me. They don't treat me that way. They care about me. Well, no, not so fast. They don't care about you. They don't care about anybody. And then you need to think and remember how you felt when the person discarded you, or how hard it was for you to get the divorce, to get custody of the children, to divide the assets, to relocate, to buy peanut butter in the grocery store by yourself the first time, to actually jump on a plane and get out of any jurisdiction that you needed to get out of, and how lighter you felt, how free you felt, to be able to take a class, teach a class, read a book, write a book, to be able to sleep in the morning till 11 o'clock in the morning, or stay up in the morning till 2 a.m. You see, the time is now yours. You can do whatever you want with it. When you were with the narcissist, you couldn't do that. And you need to remember that. Again, I need to throw a caveat in here. I am by no means suggesting thinking about the narcissist morning, noon, and night. Quite the opposite. My hope is you never think about these people again. But there will be triggers. There will be things that will remind you. Example, a holiday could remind you of them, or your birthday. When you didn't get a gift on a milestone birthday, maybe you got a coffee mug that said happy birthday that was bought at the 99-cent store, and it was meant to seem like it was the greatest gift on the planet. You see, you need reminders about those things. You need reminders about all the plans that you had that never came to fruition. You need reminders about all the financial abuse that you experienced, meaning all the money you paid for them or gave them that you never was returned, or all the lifestyle that you provided for them that they took for granted. You need reminders of how they would triangulate you at barbecues or events, meaning they would call complete strangers the same pet name that they called you. You need reminders of you waking up in the morning, rolling over and no one being there, and the narcissist being gone all day, not answering their phone, but yet blowing up yours whenever they needed you to pick them up from 5 hours away, and you would ask them where they were, how they got there, and they would just give you the silent treatment on the way home. You need reminders of all the toxicity you experienced. And once you get the reminders, then you snap yourself back into, wow, that was worse than I thought. It wasn't a toxic relationship. It was a nasty, debilitating relationship that almost took me down for the count. You need those reminders, and you need to keep your cup full, get your cup full, bring your A game, maintain your boundaries, learn to say no, the strongest word in the English language. And remember, when you say no to something or someone, you are saying yes to yourself. And you need reminders of all the people that disappeared once that relationship ended, who turned out to be flying monkeys. You see, everybody, and I mean everybody, reveals themselves in time. Yes, I say that frequently in videos, because it's completely true. And maybe the first time you heard me say that, you were like, what is Andrew talking about? What do you mean everybody reveals themselves? Well, you now know, or you're finding out. Post-relationship, every single person revealed themselves to you. Were they there for you? Were they supporting you? Were they saying, you should have known, I would have gotten out of that relationship earlier? Or were they saying, yeah, I told you so, I knew so? Everyone tells you who they are. It's just that you didn't have this wisdom back then. This is a superpower, and it's a superpower on steroids once you come through the cycle and you rise through the ashes like a phoenix and you put yourself back together. This superpower, with the superpower comes great responsibility. That is why all the people on the planet who are in the everyday fog, and that's not their fault, that's where you were for quite a period of time, and so was I, these people can't wrap their head around what you went through. They just think, get out there and start dating again. What's the big deal? It's been a year, 2 years, 3 years. What's the problem? Well, there's a lot of unpacking. There's a lot of learning. There's a lot of education. And I can't do anything about anything until I get my cup full and process what that relationship was and how somebody could do that to another person, which turned out to be me. That's why you're here. That's why you need the reminders. That's why you need to play the video a few times and really get the message that you are not where you used to be. My hope is you're where you belong, and where you belong is with a beautiful forest behind you like this, listening to the birds, listening to just the energy, feeling the emotions, the chill in the air, and you're just calm and you're centered and you can do what you want to do, rather than be in the household with somebody who is throwing things at you or slamming doors or complaining the food is too late or it's undercooked or why you didn't pay for the Netflix account or why you're not earning more money or why you aren't talking to so-and-so. You see, that's all toxicity. It's all negativity. And it is debilitating when you're in those relationships. And it's debilitating times a million when you don't know what you're up against and you keep on trying to work for the relationship and work for a person who is literally abusing you and they know it. That's why you weren't supposed to figure this out, but that's why you did figure it out. And that's why you're here in the community and getting your cup full by watching the videos. So the reminders, we all need them. We all need to stay sharp and to understand that we went to hell and back, but we're not there any longer. We have healed or we are healing, and we know exactly how strong we are. And the narcissists knew exactly how strong we were too. They tried to bully us and take advantage of us, and they did accomplish that for a period of time, which was the length of the relationship, but they can no longer do it. Now they're who knows where and who cares where. Like I said, they're lower than a piece of dirt below your shoe. And when I say that, I'm not being funny. I'm saying that these people, all they had to do was be honest and say, you know what, I'm going to destroy your life. I'm going to ruin it. What do you want to do? Enter the relationship or not? But they can't do that because they need to wear a mask to manipulate people and to crush them and to take whatever they can from them. That's why you need to run for the hills, and that's why you need to maintain no contact. And that's why we all need reminders. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You're not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. I love y'all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. So a couple things. You may notice that at times I update or freshen up some of the videos from years ago, and this is one of them. It's because the time of year. It's because the holidays. And no matter what holidays you celebrate, we all celebrate this one, which is New Year's, and that's coming up pretty soon. That's why you need to be unhooverable. That's why you need to maintain no contact. That's why you need to stay off the radar of the narcissist, and that's why you need reminders. So play this video, play it a few times, and realize that you're an amazing human being. You're strong, you're courageous, you're beautiful, you're intelligent, you're loved, you're needed, you're respected. You are one of the most amazing people on the planet, and that toxic narcissist knew it. They did not want you figuring out who they were. They did not want you seen behind the mask. They did not want you to heal, and they didn't want you to escape that dungeon of the narcissistic fog. But you have put yourself back together, or that's what you're doing. So leave them in the past. What's coming to them, believe me, it's going to hit them, and it will hit them hard, but it won't be from a human being. It's going to come from a power way greater than a human being. And whenever that happens, I wouldn't want to be anywhere around that. So that's why you need the reminders. That's why we all need reminders. That's why I create videos, to give and provide the reminders, so you will get light bulb moments and you'll be like, oh my gosh, that happened to me too. And that, and that, and that. Well, we all went through it, just during different periods of life in different environments, countries, states, towns, cities, different ages, but we all share the same thing. We're all out of it, and we either have healed or are healing. So realize how beautiful you are, and don't ever, and I mean ever, give up. Don't ever give up. Let your beautiful, bright, shining light continue to illuminate, not only from now going forward, but for the rest of time. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.